walking the streets of East New York.
We call it the stop and frisk capital of the world.
Vincent Riggins says because of the color of his skin, he's always on high alert.
Over my lifetime?
Ask him how many times he's been stopped. And frisked by police.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say about 25 that I can remember.
Riggins says he was part of a class action lawsuit filed in 2010, accusing the city of issuing hundreds of thousands of baseless summonses dating back to 2007, especially in minority communities.
I got a lot for open container, barbecuing, illegal barbecuing, charcoals or whatever. It's like this totally ridiculous stuff.
The city settled for $75 million.
I got a couple $100.
In 2013, a federal judge ruled the city's stop and frisk strategy engaged in indirect racial profiling. It didn't ban the practice, but ordered the city to change how it's done. Darius Charney, an attorney with the Center for Constitutional Rights, helped fight the case.
The factor that seems to be driving stops more than any other, even crime, is race, and that's why we have a problem.
7 on Your Side looked into what's happened since then. We found since 2015, the number of people stopped and frisked has been cut by almost half. But despite the dramatic drop, the racial disparities have grown bigger. Black people were 8 times more likely to be stopped by police than white people.
That's tremendous. That's a tremendous disparity.
And once police made stops, the data shows minorities are more likely to be frisked. White women had the highest hit rate, meaning they were more likely to have illegal contraband. Black men had the lowest hit rate.
More work needs to be done, and I think it particularly needs to be done on the question of racial bias.
But when we took a deeper look at the last 2 years, a majority of the calls were not self-initiated by police officers on the street. More than half of the stops were based on police radio calls.
It makes me feel more to want to be more engaged in the process of changing the system.
Riggins says it's why he has become an activist. And one of the reasons protests like this have erupted throughout New York City and across the country. He says it's not just a local issue, it's an issue from coast to coast.
We are optimistic that we can make a difference.